Well, another update in odd West Virginia, and again, it is not good. I was scrolling this morning and I came across the post of one of the gentlemen that had been helping the Whitakers out for some time, but from Georgia, by the name of Eric Carroll. Eric stated that while he was on live that he was informed, he did not say who he was informed by, but he did say that he was informed that Betty Whittaker was currently missing. I'm not sure where she went or what exactly the story is completely behind it, but by the grace of God, Eric did also confirm that the same person that told him that she was missing confirmed that she had returned. So, you know Betty, I mean, she could have just probably been going to get dog food. No, but seriously, all jokes aside, thank God that she was found. I know that she's going through a lot of stuff right now with all these things that have been going on. If you watched any of my previous videos, then you know that the Whitakers have been going through a roller coaster of emotions this week, from, BJ coming back and it just being the whole nonsense there. And then, they were supposed to be getting a house with the Amish. Unfortunately, that fell through because that restraining order with BJ had been dropped. Because the court date had been missed because they were told that they had 10 days. And apparently the 10 days was a little shorter than they anticipated. They missed the court date on September 4th, which was the date that Eric was actually out with the Amish looking at property to see about getting them a house built. Well, that same day that Eric was with the Amish, he stopped and got Lorraine some chips from an Amish store, and he had them in his truck all day, and he was very excited to give these chips to Lorraine. If you watch any of the videos over the past few months, you know that every single time that Eric came to the Whitaker's house, he brought back Lorraine a bag of chips. And it was always so funny. She would always take her chips and she would hide them behind her. Sometimes she would have one bag, sometimes she would have 4 or 5, and she would always have them hid behind her, like beside her, but behind a pillow. So he wanted to get those chips for her and make sure that he got them to her. Well, when he pulled up, somehow he found out that BJ had returned and she was in the camper. So he anticipated, he continued, and he went on and asked Larry, like, hey, Larry, who's in that camper? Larry gave him the runaround. And long story short, Larry, as he always does, ends up coming out and telling the truth. Well, I can't say always tells the truth, but he told the truth and said that BJ was out there. And, well, that just caused a whole stir of nonsense because Eric said, he told Larry, BJ's not supposed to be here, so he called 911. Long story short, Betty ended up saying that she did not want to go through with the protective order and that BJ could stay. Eric was so took back, so hurt, he just left. Completely canceled everything with the Amish. There will be no house being built. But because of that situation and everybody that's been watching it on the internet, everybody knows what's going on. And when you have a situation like that online, it's a recipe for disaster. Betty has already stated that BJ has abused Timmy and Lorraine and Ray and even herself. And then you say that she could stay. Betty's not all up there, and I believe she had been manipulated, but unfortunately, if you've been watching my videos also, that they showed up and the state took Timmy, Lorraine, and Ray all to the mental hospital. Eric, in that same post where he said Betty was missing, he basically said that he was sorry, but he was done with this completely. and that he just wanted to go back home and live a normal life. And, you know, honestly, I can't blame him. I do pray that Patrick continues to push forward and sees about helping the Whitakers. There's some controversy there, you know, but I think it's a lot of just people pointing fingers and playing the blame game. But no matter what, all this started out as something that was supposed to be good for a family in need. And I pray that, you know, whatever happens with them, it's still something where they get blessed out of the situation. I know that nobody's perfect and everybody makes mistakes, but I do pray for Timmy. I love you, Timmy, and I pray that you're going through a little better circumstances right now. I pray for Lorraine and Ray, you know. I pray for Betty. I pray that people are able to stop manipulating her and people are able to just leave these folks alone, and I pray they live their best life. And I'm going to go ahead and sign out for now, but if I get any more updates, you know, I'll bring them to you. Y'all have a blessed morning, and I'll see you later.